when we started, my biggest struggle was a bit of that all or nothing attitude. Was either all in and doing some kind of crazy like cabbage soup diet,
Yeah.
or I wasn't paying close attention to how I ate, and particularly like the nutritional value of what I was eating. One of the biggest changes was understanding you need more protein, and that ratio of protein and carbs and fats. I didn't have a good understanding of that starting. So that really improved. Plus the fact that, it's better for you to have evenly spaced out meals and be on a bit of a schedule and not
Mhm.
try to, well, I won't eat breakfast today. And then I would be starving at lunch and eat more for lunch. So planned, spaced out meals helps get out of that swinging of the pendulum to like
Yeah.
either eating too much or not eating enough.
That's a great analogy. I love that. Yeah. Having more of a rhythm to your day with nutrition in the mix of it.
So that was probably one of the biggest things I learned and kind of what I needed to hear.
Yeah. I mean, I know in the beginning you said you struggled with feeling out of control with certain foods. You're very active and just understanding better how to fuel yourself for your activity level, in addition to feeling your best as well.
Yes. And with the sweets, I learned that you can have a piece
Mhm.
of chocolate occasionally, or even every day if you factor it into your overall
Yeah.
calories. So again, that was like the all or nothing mindset that I either eat 6 cookies or no cookies.
Mhm.
And what I learned with you was you can eat a piece of chocolate, factor it in, plan on it,
Mhm.
and it's okay. Still works for your overall daily plan and for your nutrition.
Yeah.
So more of that balanced approach to how you eat was a key change, I think, for me.
Yeah. And we were working together through a lot of busy months, which I love to do because it helps to change our mindset around, like, I remember specifically December being tough with holidays and birthdays, and we were going through all of those months. So, what would you say the difference in your mindset around those months are now?
Yeah, well, I was so happy to like make it through the holidays and not gain any weight. That might be
Yeah.
the first time. And, you were really great about coaching to the attitude of, I'm going to a party. So, what is the food I'm going to value the most there?
Mhm.
And approaching it that you can still have, a great experience and pick the things you value, but perhaps you can't, pick everything. So
Mhm.
it's that idea of choice. But having a choice is key, right? Because so
Yeah.
much around dieting, you end up feeling like you don't have any choices. Your approach to nutrition, like you feel like you have choices, which
Mhm.
just changes your whole mindset.
And that's what you mentioned in the beginning. You feel like my mindset is so conditioned a certain way with these diet programs. And that was a huge piece to overcome. So it's great to hear you say that shift in thinking. So at this point, how would you say you're feeling moving forward with your health and nutrition? Where do you feel like you are at now?
I think after working with you, I feel like I have a much more healthy attitude towards nutrition. And I was a little bit obsessed with the scale also. And I didn't really have a lot of weight to lose. So you helped me realize, I mean, sometimes it's hard to lose, those last 2 to 3 pounds. And
Mhm.
also sometimes that's not what it's all about. It's more
Mhm.
about feeling good, feeling like you're putting the right nutrition in your body so you have energy to do things. Like with my training for the half marathon, you were helpful in figuring out what kind of calories I really needed for that and what kind of foods would be best to get me through that. So I feel like my mindset about nutrition has changed in that, well, first of all, I've become more knowledgeable, also appreciated that sometimes the 2 pounds on the scale doesn't make you feel any better or worse if you lose them. Feel better in different ways, like more energy, less bloated, and I'm not so worried about if the 2 pounds are there or not on the scale.
So cool to hear you say that. I know that was a lot of our conversation, Sharon. That's awesome. So, what would you say to someone, maybe that's your age? I hear this from so many women going through menopause, after menopause, that are really struggling with weight and relationship with foods. What would you say to someone considering doing this program that's in your season of life that you found valuable?
Yeah, I think it was really valuable to work with you because you also provide a perspective a little bit broader than just nutrition or how nutrition plays into life. Something you had said was about it's a time of big change for me because of where I am, and I'm at that point where I used to be able to eat whatever I wanted and then exercise it off.
Mhm.
And I found, after menopause, you can't do that. I mean, you can, I guess, if all you did was exercise, but like having a full life and trying to balance where exercise and nutrition fits in is difficult. And honestly, it becomes more difficult, as you get older. And so I think your overall approach to life, give yourself a break. It is a time of change,
Yeah.
was really useful to hear. It took the stress off of me a bit. Like it did. It gave
Yeah.
me a break. Yes, this is a big time of change. So my body's going to change, but I can still be healthy and do all the things I want to do. And that's really the important part of it. So that perspective you brought was very helpful to someone my age. Plus, again, the nutrition value about, particularly protein. I think it's hard to feel healthy without the right balance. And I found it's hard to lose weight if you're not getting like enough protein and if you're in a way not eating enough.
Yeah. So, again, a different perspective and actually getting enough of the right things to
Yes.
still see progress and feel your best. And you still made so many great changes and progress, at this point of your life, which I think is important to note too.
Yeah, it is a big adjustment though. So I felt like I needed someone to work with me through it. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
that's ultimately why I chose to work with a coach. I did feel that I wasn't quite in control of the way I ate, and that I also needed to figure out how to eat for the
Mhm.
rest of my life. We're moving forward. So working with you helped position me better for the years to come. It's been a great experience.